In the humid shadows of Florida, sun-drenched streets, one case stands out as a testament to the lengths some will go for greed and ambition. A tale where lust, betrayal, and cold calculation collided in a plot so audacious it would come to redefine American criminal infamy. This is the story of Dalia Dippolito, a woman whose relentless pursuit of luxury and power drove her to conspire to murder the very man who had once been her salvation. Born Delilah Muhammad to a mixed-race couple in October 1982, her early years were steeped in a melting pot of cultures. With an Egyptian father and a Peruvian mother, Delilah's childhood in New York City carried an undercurrent of vibrant diversity. But life had more in store than the tapestry of ethnic heritage. At the tender age of 13, her family moved to Boynton Beach, Florida, a relocation that would set the stage for a transformation as dramatic as it was fateful. As a teenager, Delilah's ambitions outgrew the modest confines of her upbringing. The lure of opulence proved irresistible. Embracing the persona of Dalia, she ventured into the world of escorting, driven by a burning desire to ascend the social ladder by any means necessary. It wasn't too long before she encountered Michael Dippolito, a man whose own murky past and insatiable appetite for the forbidden promised an escape from mediocrity. Michael, despite being married, possessed a dangerous charm that drew Dalia in like a moth to a flickering flame. Their clandestine meeting, Boca Raton, arranged on a whim during his wife's absence, ignited a passionate affair that would quickly evolve beyond mere physical desire. Within days, the spark between them became an inferno. Michael abandoned his marital ties and, in a whirlwind of reckless passion, sought to legitimize their union through divorce and a rushed marriage. For Dalia, the transformation was twofold, a metamorphosis fueled by both the promise of wealth and a taste for high-stakes drama. Michael Dippolito was not a stranger to infamy. His past was blemished by a conviction in 2002 for telemarketing fraud, a scheme that had once seen him cheating numerous victims out of their life savings by peddling false investments in foreign currencies. After serving time in a period of probation, he had clawed his way back into respectability, dabbling in what appeared to be a legitimate online business. The proceeds of this dubious rebirth enabled him to purchase a lavish home outright, a symbol of success and a new beginning, at least on the surface. Yet, beneath the glittering veneer of their shared life, darker currents were gathering strength. Michael's past criminal entanglements and his ongoing legal obligations painted a picture of a man desperate to leave his old life behind. Rather than direct payments to those he had wronged, large sums of money were diverted into an account under Dalia's maiden name. Soon, the deeds to their opulent home were transferred into her possession. In this financial maneuvering, Dalia saw an opportunity to consolidate power, a chance to secure both wealth and control over a man whose fortunes were inextricably tied to her own ambition. Trouble began to shadow Michael when a series of unsettling events unfolded. Anonymous tips led to police searches of his vehicle, and a menacing blackmail note hinted at impending danger. Michael's paranoia was piqued by the fear that his prior entanglements with a local mafia gang were coming back to exact revenge. In his desperation, he turned to the authorities, oblivious to the seeds of betrayal that Dalia had been meticulously planted. Unbeknownst to him, his wife's actions were steering the couple toward an irrevocable climax, a criminal conspiracy that would soon unravel in a blaze of irony. When Michael's apprehensions grew too intense for mere legal intervention, Dalia's own designs took a sinister turn. No longer content with merely playing the part of a duplicitous spouse, she hatched a plan so brazen it bordered on the surreal. She would hire a hitman to assassinate her husband. Her early attempts to orchestrate the murder were riddled with missteps. Her first plea for bloodshed was directed at one of her former lovers, a man whose own moral compass refused to align with her deadly intentions. 2 more attempts involving 2 other potential assassins met the same fate, refusal. Yet, Dalia's resolve was as unyielding as it was misguided. In a desperate bid, she began an illicit affair with a Californian man, weaving a web of persuasion and promises of cash payment. She aimed to coerce him into carrying out the deed. The man, however, proved impervious to her manipulation. His refusal was the final spark. When he realized the depths of her determination, he chose to protect the innocent by reporting her sinister plan to the authorities. With the evidence mounting and the threat of imminent violence hanging in the air, law enforcement set in motion a cunning sting operation. Undercover agents armed with concealed cameras and microphones hidden within the unsuspecting facade of Dalia's lover's car captured every incriminating word. In a carefully orchestrated meeting, an undercover cop posing as a hitman listened as Dalia delineated the minutiae of her plan. The exact amount she was willing to pay and a detailed account of Michael's daily routines were recorded with precision, stitching together the final threads of an intricate tapestry of betrayal. As the fateful day approached, the police pulled a masterstroke of deception. On the day the hit was to occur, Michael was whisked away from their shared home and placed in a secure safe house. In a meticulously staged scene, his residence was transformed into what appeared to be a crime scene, complete with the illusion of bloodshed and chaos. Then came the moment that would seal Dalia's fate, a call from the police delivered with the solemnity of a tragic announcement, informing her that her husband had been shot dead. In that moment of orchestrated despair, Dalia was compelled to assume the role of the grieving widow, a performance that was as hollow as it was pitiful. Under the guise of aiding the investigation, the authorities brought her to the precinct where they presented the overwhelming evidence of her criminal intent. Confronted with the incontrovertible truth that Michael was very much alive and that she had been caught red-handed, Dalia's facade of innocence crumbled entirely. The trial that followed was as inevitable as it was dramatic. Charged with solicitation to commit first-degree murder, Dalia's fate was sealed by the cold, unyielding verdict of a judge and jury who had seen through her veneer of deceit. Today, she serves a 20-year sentence at the Lowell Correctional Facility in Marion County, Florida. A bitter irony for a woman whose life had been a ceaseless quest for wealth and freedom. Over the years, numerous appeals and retrials have punctuated her incarceration, yet the weight of her misdeeds remains unlifted. A constant reminder of a life defined by greed and treachery. In the final analysis, the saga of Dalia Dippolito stands as a stark reminder of the perilous allure of ambition, unmoored by morality. It is a narrative of a woman who believed that money and power could shield her from the consequences of her actions, a belief that ultimately led to a life behind bars, where every day is a testament to the folly of pursuing material gain at the cost of one's humanity. And so, as Michael Dippolito's past continues to haunt him and Dalia's future is confined within the stark walls of a correctional facility, the story endures. A modern parable of ambition, betrayal, and the inexorable justice that awaits those who dare to cross the boundaries of decency.